It's been a while, and I really should motivate myself to do more of these. But here I am. This will probably be my last showcasing on the Wii U, and before I move solely onto my Wii, which I have up and ready to go for this kind of thing. And the advantage of having my Wii is that I can also play online without worrying about updating. And this is... Oh, thank you for the host, Cuber. And hi, ZPL. You see, let's start off here. Yeah, I have a lot of Mario Kart Wii to catch up on. That's for sure. Whoa! What the hell? I'll probably have to press A immediately. Yeah, it's been 3 months. I've been way too distracted with other things. But I wanted to stream some other games as well. If I do catch up, which I should try, I should be able to stream other games in the meantime. Then Saturday, like in the afternoon, I'd be able to take advantage of weeklies. Just remember to press A ASAP. There we go. This one is Temple of the Lost City by Mr. Perfect MKWii. This is from the last version I had loaded months ago. And that should change after this showcase. Yeah, it's because he probably doesn't know how cameras work. There's also no mini map for this thing. I don't entirely remember. Next up, we've got Night Factory version 1.2 by Giddo and updated by Veremi. Yeah, it was Baby Peach. Let's see. The one I normally play in time trials, or if I want to play competitively, would probably be Funky Kong, but normally, I like Rosalina a lot. She's the next best thing to Funky Kong in terms of speed. And she also has the mini booster stat boosted as well. Let's see. Everyone seems to like Luigi. Though to be fair, I also like Mario as well. It has more to do with the character himself rather than his stats. Oh, should have turned a bit sharper. These are pretty nice too. remember tight drift. I mean, tight drifting or drift tightly here. Right, there you go. Should pay attention to the mini map again. I've played with some custom characters, but I'd like to do even more. Not entirely sure when, though. Oh. Next up, we've got Mushroom Mountain Oasis version 2 by Billy Noodles and Veremi. Nice. To be fair, having custom characters with their own slots would be interesting. I know that Mario Kart 8 has definitely gone in the direction of having more and more custom characters and vehicles over tracks. At least that there's a larger volume of them. I don't exactly remember why I did it though. I should probably change it again. Not entirely sure when I would do that. I'd probably call it something like source of throat cancer. Yes. That is something I really like doing, is naming the characters in such bizarre ways for my own amusement. Next up is Neary Circuits version 1.1 by Veremi and 8-Bit Forager.
Mario, yeah! Okie dokie!
Yeah, the icons are quite nice. Damn it! Shit. Man, this track is just so awkward still. Ah, shoot. Yeah, this is from Battlefield. This is Battlefield from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I thought that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate had really good music for a lot of themes, and they added new ones for every character that they added with their DLC packs. They're actually gonna do another fighter pass during this year, which means we'll get more characters to play with. Though I can imagine some people being bummed out by the last character that they received from the DLC pack was from Fire Emblem, because we already have a lot of Fire Emblem characters, to be honest. Map icon. What do you mean? You mean like stuff that appears on the mini map? I'd probably say the chain chomp, but that's because it's more or less unused. Or the spinning top. I like Funky Kong with the grinning. That always puts a smile on my face. Next up is Forest Fortress by Thedora 7Z and Veremi.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Dry Bowser's icon is quite nice, to be fair. Yeah, it is quite nice. I want to see what kind of, if the 24 player thing has been added without being in beta. Because Beans has plenty of success from that lately. Whew. Next up, we've got Sweet Sweet Meadows by Toxic Prime, which is a texture hack. The first in this showcase. Selection screen icon. Uh, Probably Funky Kong again because of the smile, that grin. Either that or Wario. Of course. After all, he has his dream job as a mechanic, but he's also a surfer. But he's went through so many design changes, and I'm glad that people are sticking with the one from Barrel Blast, which transferred over to Mario Kart Wii, which everyone knows him by, as well as over to Mario Super Sluggers, which also kept that design. Funky Kong is just an overall good character, but I could see why most people wouldn't like him when they're trying to play off meta. But when you're trying to play like any sort of speed runs, time trials, or competitively, having Funky Kong would be quite essential. Similar to having Daisy or Baby Daisy. Though Baby Daisy maybe not as much because there aren't enough courses that force Daisy to change to something that drifts tighter. Or at least none of the courses from the vanilla Mario Kart. Diddy Kong. So next up we've got Cosmic Dungeon by Toxic Prime. This is also another texture hack, but this is of a custom track. Whoa, that was close. Oh, there we go. Yes, it is. Cosmic Dungeon is, in fact, a texture hack of Crystal Dungeon. Next up, we've got MS USA Indianapolis by Holland. And believe me, there will be more to come after this. Of course, this is just between the day of January 19th of this year to January 25th of this year. That is actually quite a coincidence because that's exactly what I just got. Well, I think you could just read the program I'm running on PowerShell. Kind of nice that this track is fairly short. There we go. Yep. Ah. I'm not entirely sure, but I might try to make it a bit quicker. Let me see. Next up, we've got Village Pass-Through version 1.9 by Matt G and HMan6516. Nope, it's not on the list today, but if I do if I do these quickly enough, it will be on a list eventually. On the list eventually. It's just I still have a lot to catch up on. Yeah, you told me that, and there's a couple others that have already been released. And I know the last one I did was Thwomp Ruins. Looking forward to the next Mario Kart game, whenever that will be, or if they're just gonna pump up Mario Kart 8 with more content. Because I haven't played Mario Kart Tour in a long while. And well, playing a racing game on a mobile device isn't exactly my cup of tea, even if it is a gacha game. Oh, I can see that. The Mario Kart Tour tracks, most of them are not only retro, but a lot of the other ones look so similar to Moonview Highway, but with like less stuff in it, so it's much easier to remake. Mario Kart Tour doesn't really have too much going on for it for tracks compared to other Mario Kart games, or at least of the newer ones. but they certainly have a surplus of characters, many of which are reskins. Like, Wario dressed and Rosalina dressed up like campers. Did they finally add Luigi? Because you can't really have Mario Kart without Mario or Luigi. Next up, we've got Gloomy Castle Beta by Bree911. Yeah, well, it depends. Like, you basically get a random selection of a couple characters that you start off with, and then you keep unlocking them the more you play, or if you buy it. It's kind of the element of a gacha game, where if you play enough, you'll get more things. Hi, Potato. But I'm really looking forward to the next Mario Kart to come out on a console. Though I'm not sure what that would be, because normally Mario Kart games are usually one per console, with the exception of the NES and the Game Boy. But everything, including the SNES, the Nintendo 64, the Game Boy Advance, the GameCube, the DS, the Wii, the 3DS, the Wii U, the Switch, and now mobile, all have Mario Kart on them. I hope there's one for PC though. I'd be pretty hyped for that. Shit. I think one lap would have been better, but this is the beta version that I'm playing. Oh, thank you for the follow, Noam MKW. Whoa. This is a pretty big track. Oh, shoot. Yes, this is Gloomy Castle. That's pretty nice that Funky Kong is in Mario Kart Tour, but it's Luigi in Mario Kart Tour. Now that I think about it, a Mario Kart Ultimate would be interesting, having all the tracks and all the characters from past games. And like something like Echo Racers. I don't know, it's just an idea I had. Around the same time that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was kicking about, Still is, considering that its competitive community is larger than the last two games, which would be Brawl and Smash 4. Oh. This track is incredibly confusing still. Like, it looks good. It looks like it has a lot going for it, but it's just incredibly confusing. Oh, whatever. That sucks. Nice! Luigi is in Mario Kart Tour, as well as Waluigi and Baby Luigi. Though, Waluigi hasn't been in every Mario Kart. Wario's hasn't been in Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart, so that's the only Mario Kart he hasn't been in yet. My run through Gloomy Castle turned out as expected from someone who got confused. Terrible. Dixie Kong's also in it. That's interesting. Perhaps they should really start on that Mario Kart Ultimate for the Switch and have like DLC characters. Like, it would be fun to play Petey Piranha versus... No, Pink Gold Peach is my least favorite because she's the most convoluted character they've added. They only added it to complement Metal Mario, even though Metal Mario was already in previous games. Yeah, I figured. Pink Gold Peach is also in Mario Sports Mix, or... I think it's the sports game on the 3DS that she was also added in. But her debut was in Mario Kart 8. Literally just because they needed a medium weight with heavyweight stats. That wasn't just Metal Mario, so he wouldn't be alone. Why couldn't they just add Metal Luigi? Like, I could understand adding Baby Peach, but... and all the other baby characters, but why add a Pink Gold Peach? Metal Steve from Minecraft. Yeah, that could work. I mean... they might as well add, like, Metallic Bowser. Cat Bowser. Well, to be fair, Funky Kong would probably be in the same weight class as Donkey Kong, and I figured they would have needed something with a medium weight frame, but with heavyweight stats. Which is probably why they created Pink Gold Peach in the first place, even though they could have used Yoshi or Luigi and then created the metal version, which already existed in Super Mario 64, if memory serves me well. It'd be interesting if they actually did add Donkey Kong Jr. again, because he only appeared in Super Mario Kart. They should have just added him for that. That would be interesting. Because then we'd have more Kongs. Next up, we've got Cobalt Castle by Jasper and Dark. Yeah, like, Wing Mario would have been interesting. Invisible Luigi and Metal Wario. Metal Wario would definitely be, like, the highest tier on weight. It's just that not only is there a huge character cast, but a huge enemy cast as well. So you could take advantage of almost everything here. And they've even added Link. They've added Animal Crossing characters like the villagers and Isabelle. And they've even added the Inklings. So there's literally no excuse. In fact, they could have even added Sonic, and it wouldn't make much of a difference. I could see them being imported into Mario Kart Tour. Everyone knows by now that Hammer Bros, Paratroopa, and PD Piranha were planned to be added into this game, but you know, they never got past models and icons. Or at least just the icons. Even though both Paratroopa and PD Piranha could have recycled from Mario Kart Double Dash, which is where many of the animations and the models came from. There's still going to be plenty of differences, given that they didn't have animations for bikes. And they could make that like a PC version as well. Because, you know, consoles are becoming, well, actually there's still the PS5 being made, and that thing's actually much more powerful coming out of the door than the PS4 was. So it's got some impressive hardware compared to its predecessor. Yeah. Mario was planned for Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed for the Wii U version. I'm pretty sure Sega wanted it in there, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo didn't. Basically said no in exchange to have Sonic and Mario Kart. Well, Wreck-It Ralph 2 didn't turn out nearly as good as the first movie, but I still liked it. I think that Nintendo would easily take advantage could easily take advantage of it, but you know, they already have so much going on for them. Yeah, Rob. Rob would actually be good for a medium weight frame with heavyweight stats. And he was only ever used in Mario Kart DS for the Mario Kart games. Thankfully, he's gotten much more mileage out of the Super Smash Bros. Games. I got another 2 segments left, but we're already doing pretty well, given that there's still plenty of fun things to do with these tracks. Yes, yeah. The first Wreck-It Ralph definitely references Mario. They also have like also remember fondly the villains convention, or they're similar to their AA, where all these villains, including Zangief, um, Dr. Eggman, wasn't Bowser there too? There's also Satan, the metal weight category. Yes, for Rob. Like in Mario Kart DS, he had the exact same weight stats as Bowser. Yeah, I remember Bowser being in the first Wreck-It Ralph. Also remember Satan. There was also Zangief. There was Dr. Eggman. And I should probably rewatch it, to be honest. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Sorry for taking a while. It's just I'm I'm converting some of those files over. It takes a bit. Like I had I'm a little behind on all this. Well, actually very much far behind by about 3 months, 4 months actually. So I let a lot of things get past. God. So I have those, this, that. Glue bolt right here. Yeah, I think I got it all now. Sorry for the long wait. Next time I'll be a little more prudent with this sort of thing. Making sure to do everything off stream before that. All right, I am ready. And, and the next time I do this will probably be on the Wii itself rather than VWii. Yes, Honey Queen. We should add Honey Queen back in. A PC version for Mario Kart would be great, especially if you can add like all the characters and all the tracks from previous games, even like different versions. With some of them that are so slight, like from Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii, would be fine as orig- just the as the originals themselves, but with those added features. But for something like Mario Kart 8, where it truly changes some of the tracks fully, I'd use those over the originals. Oh yeah, definitely, because Wiggler has an interesting feature about her, where if you hit Wiggler with an item, it has its own animations and voices for when it gets angry. Kind of nice. Next up, we've got Take on the Fallen Kingdom, which is another texture hack by the Ninja King Overwatch. That's what OW stands for normally. Ah, yes, a Mario Kart game for browser. Yeah, I think I've seen that. A lot of it's based on Super Mario Kart, isn't it? But with much more to add to it. Though you could technically make a 3D version on on a browser as well. Next up, we've got Stargaze Summit by Ferv.
It's me, Wario. Let's win.
it would definitely take a while, and and the and considering that it would be safer not to use like the models from like previous Mario Kart games, it should be fine. Because that would lead to copyright infringement. Next up, we've got Knack Speedway, the preview version by Knack.
Okay.
Not much to say about this track, to be honest. It's, well, it's fine. Although, it is questionable to why there's so many speed boosts, and the track itself is a speed boost, but whatever.
Okay. We win.
Yeah, that could work. Mario Kart 64 also does something similar, where it uses sprites instead of models. Oh, right. This is a battle arena, so... Damn it. This is Dash Attacking Failure, the beta version by Veremi. Aren't these all mushrooms then? There we go. And mushrooms, I think. Awesome. Oh, damn it. Just makes Coin Runner way too easy, as you can see here. Oh! Savage. A lot of Mario Kart DS tracks. New items with the track editor. Mini updates which adds even more objects to the track editor. Damn. Nice. Next up, we've got Veremi's Garden 3 Beta 2 by Veremi of course. Nice. Damn it! I still don't like this track too much. Because it doesn't feel like much of a track. Well, one that would be fun to race on. Next up is Dark Blue Skyway, which is a Sky Speedway edit by Karen and updated by Veremi. Yeehaw! Damn it! I should be able to get back this. Yes. That's what I hate about the movement of carts in this game is that they're much more locked than bikes are. Especially the inward drifting bikes where you have a bit more control over where they go. What track was created by Satan? That one's supposed to be Rainbow Road. You know, because a lot of memes around it. No worries. Next up, we've got Flood Aqua Park, Beta 3 by Veremi. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Ah! Damn it. Well, at least there's arrows this time to indicate the path. But it's still rather janky, in my opinion. Ah! No! I figured that combo would have come out eventually. Putting all these bananas here. If there were multiple levels to this track, like not just the two, it'd probably be a little easier to actually traverse this track, but that does not seem to be the case. Whew. Indeed, shooting stars are just people falling off Rainbow Road. Every wish that should be made to those racers is that they make it safely onto the ground. Otherwise, they'll just be burning up and then flattened. Next up, we've got Frost Ice Cave Beta 2 by Veremi. Well, that sucks. I can still do it myself, but I haven't really felt the need to do so lately. Just because I already have some pretty great songs. And I'm using SmashCustomMusic.net this time, which has almost everything from... No, Sherbet Land is just 2 channels, left and right. There's no other channels after that. Next up, we've got Majora's Castle Beta 5 by Theorin and updated by Veremi.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Possibly, but... Shit. Landed on the roof. Someone should really take that concept that, well, that model that D-Ruin was making for this track before people started updating this track to Oblivion, and just added, just made it like that, even if it is a little more circular than this version. I think it's just a little more interesting that that version that he made after this one is so much better looking and plays better, even if it is a little plain in terms of circle and shit. Excuse my language. Oh boy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, take care. So next up, we've got... Oh, thank you for the follow, Lean FNBR. Yeah, I still have that remake in the works, but I've put it off for way too long. And I suck in working in 3D uh, modeling programs like SketchUp and 3ds Max or Blender. Next up is Lava Mushrooms version 3.2 Hotfix 2 by Florian and Veremi. Damn. That was actually good timing. Now to test whether it still has that annoying wall. Yep. It's still got the wall. Shit. Yes! Whew! Yeah, it happens. It comes in really close, because item luck can be quite a drag sometimes. Next up, we've got Sky Valley, another texture hack, but by Dark. Okay, where are you? There you are. There's a couple more left in this segment, and then there's a final segment. Blue Eyes White Dragon. My Blue Eyes White Dragons will stop you. Yugi. No! Damn it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Wow. Come on. That's item luck for you in a nutshell. A POW block, a blue shell, a lightning bolt, then a red shell. All within the span of 5 seconds. Absolutely insane. Right. Wrong one. Whew. I'm talking about the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It was a nice dragon. Not quite. Wow. Come on. Well, perhaps it's just the sprinklers going off. Yes! That red shell hit just in time. Oh yeah. Next up, we've got Gloobalt Castle, which is a texture hack of Gloomy Castle by Dark.
Oh, yeah! Woohoo!
It's a bit harder to see these textures, at least on my TV. Damn it! It really is too dark. It's even darker on my TV, so playing it off of that is just incredibly annoying. Damn it! I mean, the the track itself is fine. It's just the texture hack makes it way too dark to see, especially on my TV. So it's kind of annoying. Yeah, you just saw me fail on this track. Oh well. Next up, we've got DS Airship Fortress version 1.5 by Snicky and updated by Weem. This should be the last track of the second segment. The third segment, thankfully, is much shorter. Ah! Alright, moving on. Now we'll make sure to have the entire stream up on YouTube by today, so that others may watch it as well. And from here on out, I should be able to do all of this on my Wii instead of my Wii U, which would make it much shorter. Welcome back. Just finished off the second segment, which means it'll be much shorter than the third segment will be much shorter in both preparation and actually getting the tracks, playing the tracks. One more to update and don't worry. I was just setting up. Also, take care. And yeah, I should be able to finish off this last segment soon. There's only about 7 tracks on in it. But if you're curious, I was just putting tracks. I was just renaming the tracks I already had on my SD card. What I do instead of just taking out the SD card and putting them in every single time, I opt to use an FTP server service that comes that you can download on Homebrew. In this case, it's FTPU, and I just add or update or delete anything that I need to from FileZilla. It makes it much easier than just taking out the card every single time. And if you're familiar with FTP, then you should be just fine. Because all you really need is the IP address of your Wii or your Wii U, the which the server will just tell you outright on the screen, as well as the port number. So I find it very convenient that someone decided to make a tool that is essentially an FTP server for your console. In other words, you could transfer files wirelessly and within the safety of your own home. Yeah, though I'm gonna do like weekly increments rather than doing like all of them at once because it would be, well, quite a long time that I'd be here. But yes, I still have a lot of stuff I need to get to. But first up, we've got
Oh, yeah.
GCN Bowser's Castle version 1.3.2 by Talk and updated by Weem. I'm getting about, we're about 7 minutes close to that 2.5 hour mark. Oh, that was actually really close. Oh, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case either. Though Bowlette's version was still not bad, it's just that Talk's version's much more updated. I'm pretty sure it also has some LE code related stuff in it as well. Given that not only Talk designed it around that, but Weem edited it as well. I do hope that means that, well, has CT code have been updated with like more tracks and stuff and being able to actually play the battle arenas? Even though countdown mode is still quite fun to play, could just add that as another option, to be honest. This is between January 19th and January 25th. So I'm really far behind by about 4 months. Next up, we've got GCN Sherbetland version 4.1 by Talk and updated by Weem.
Okay. Yes. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Metal Sonic Dash. Oh god. The music I use for the intro for each course, that would be Ballad of the Goddesses. That was in Skyward Sword. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I just thought that would be perfect intro music. And well, it's stuck with me. And I don't think I'm ever gonna change that, to be honest. It's just so good. I've even put it for my 3DS and Wii U showcases as well. For which tracks use multi-channel BRSTMs? Well, Toad's Factory, Wario's Gold Mine, Moonview Highway, and Dry Dry Ruins all use 4 channels for their BRSTMs. Koopa Cape and Bowser's Castle all use 8. Well, it's much safer to do 8 than 6 with Bowser's Castle, but still. Oh, there's also Bowser's Castle that... Yeah, that's 8 channels, but there's, But it's... None of the retro tracks have it at all. Yeah, March 9th. That is quite a long ways to go. Indeed. And with Mario Kart 8, I'm pretty sure all of them are because they have the percussion that plays every time you have a huge lead and you're not being stopped by items. Of course, you don't need to have that particular... track in there. So next up, we've got Bowser's Lair version 2 by Fedora7Z and PTPix1.
Okay. Let's go.
Bowser still looks quite stylish in a suit like that, including the hat. Then again, he's always trying to get with Princess Peach. Even if it is clearly for power. After all, he is a king. Too bad he gets cocked blocked by a plumber. Damn it! I was hoping that a blue shell would come, then I'd be like, nope. But that's not gonna happen. Oh no! Oh. I'm safe. You said it, Peach. We're safe for now. Least favorite character? That's actually pretty hard to say, to be honest. I think the closest to that would probably be Toad, mostly because of the voice. Because it's more of a meme to me than anything. I still like Toadette because her voice is fine, but she's also got pretty good stats. I suppose, like, Birdo isn't the greatest either. Like, not much to say about Birdo. There we go. 777, I'm quite lucky. The voicing is all fine. Though Toad is... It's just so strange that they'd make Toad sound like that. Which is basically the throat cancer meme, in my opinion. It's even worse when people are actually trying to sing it in that voice. with all sorts of different songs. It sounds god awful. That's all I can say. So next up, we've got Starshine Atoll by ZPL Gaming. Well, as early as Double Dash, he sounds like that, but in Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart Super Circuit, he sounded nothing like that. So it's more of a GameCube thing that he started sounding like he had throat cancer. Damn! Ah! Damn it. No! Are you kidding me? Oh! Item luck. Yeah. Toadette's more of just a female voice, but she doesn't have that scratchy voice and all. And they tried to make Toadette more of a female Toad. Essentially. Even though female Toads technically existed before Toadette. If you look at Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario games, for example. Well, just the first Paper Mario, because Paper Mario 2 did bring in Toadette, but it also had female Toads. Next up, we've got Dry Bowser's Fortress by Super Shy Guy and updated by PTPix1. I just find it strange that even though they've had all these female Toad characters before, let's make a distinct one named name it Toadette. But she has a completely different color palette. Then again, you could say the same for Toadsworth, which is basically an elderly Toad with a mustache and all. But there were already elderly Toads in games before that, like Paper Mario. You actually have to fight one of them in a dojo. He actually has like a couple stages you fight on separate occasions, but still. I guess they just wanted to make them more distinct Toads. But you get more of the distinct Toads from the Paper Mario games, at least the first two titles. speaking of Paper Mario, what do you guys think of the latest one coming out in July? I think it's going to be somewhat interesting. I mean, Color Splash definitely had a lot more to it than Sticker Star. And the story for the origami one is basically they're trying to take over or some shit like that, but it does mean that Bowser is once again not the main villain of the games. It's kind of something I like for Paper Mario because it brings in new villains. Like Paper Mario 2 had Sir Grodus, and then eventually the Shadow Queen. Though you do fight Bowser twice, I believe. One in Glitzville and the other basically in the Shadow Palace after you fight Grodus. And in Super Paper Mario, he actually becomes your ally. And traditionally, it'd be much easier to fight with Bowser than with the other characters because he does twice as much damage. Toadsworth is fine, and I also like Toadette. Toad's voice, though. Toad's fine. The voice is just really off-putting because it could turn this somewhat serious character into nothing more than a joke if you have to hear that voice constantly. At least Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is more of a lighthearted, fun game, puzzle game of sorts, where the story isn't to be taken too seriously, but it gives you the incentive to at least save Toadette. Because it would be awful if your main protagonist in a very, or quite serious game sounded like he had throat cancer. Tad immersion breaking, I think. Next up, we've got Dragon Highway by Dark. This is the last texture hack of this showcase.
Okie dokie. Let's go.
Garchomp! Oh yeah, I see that. Damn. Hi, Garchomp. No! Come on, Garchomp. Damn it! At least I got to see the land shark today. Isn't it adorable? And cool at the same time. Ouch. Ow. Alright, on to the last track, which is Candy Cane Circuit, beta 4.1 by Kryl and updated by PT Pix 1. I actually have Mario Kart 7. I have all the Mario Karts. Yeah, I probably could, but I'm just debating on whether I should just do it from my... If I should get like a capture card built in, or just use NTR or something like that. Because the smooth 60 frames per second is quite nice for it. And I think doing it through NTR only does up to 30. I have Dark Moon. I have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon as well. Thank you for the follow, Cool Slayer 74. Possibly. But I should really focus on actually playing the game first. It's just so many games I have to play, or I want to play before I die. Damn it. Didn't help. Ouch. Those Goombas are not moving again. They have nice hats though, see? They're just feeling quite festive today. Ow. My least favorite would probably be Super Circuit, just because it, compared to the other Mario Kart games, doesn't really have much else to add. Although it does have a lot of the most amount of tracks, vanilla-wise. Actually, no, it doesn't. That would be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Anyways, thank you all for coming. And if you want to see this played back, it should be on my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, feel free to subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitch. Mm, Thank you all. I might be back with another one of these, but for now, I want to take a bit of a break. Thank you all for coming, and have yourselves a wonderful morning or afternoon for some of you Europeans.